Hello, it's me again, der buyer, and we're back in our luxury automation campaign where we try to build the best and most luxurious and prestigious cars in the world. Right now we're sitting in the 3rd generation Godwit, which is our supercar, and this one is the first mid-engine car from Might Motors with its 3.5 liter V10 producing 555 horsepower. This car will now lead us into the new millennium. We're currently sitting in 1999 and this car is currently being engineered and the first Might Motors that's gonna be released in the new millennium. At the beginning of 2002 to be exact. In general, the difficulty of this campaign, we started out with a difficulty multiplier of 100x, so insane. Plus. It's not that difficult anymore because our competition really doesn't hold up, and that's mostly because we're still on the old branch of the 4.2 version of the game. The 4.3 will be much more difficult, but I'll bring this one to the end nevertheless. So this is one of the last 4 or 5 episodes maybe, and we're going until 2002, 2003 maybe, and see how much further we can get. We're pretty new still in Hana and Dalua, so we're trying to spread our market share there and try to increase our score for this run. The Godwit III is driving really nicely, really predictable. I think it has got a nice mix of power, controllability and comfort, so it's really nice here on this racetrack. But yeah, without further ado, let's head into the office and let's continue building the best cars in the world. So here we are back in the office, raking in the money quite heavily right now. But that's a special phenomenon in this case, mostly coming from the Bramble, because it just has released the new facelift, and still we have sold quite a few of the previous generation cars, so around 10,000, which were in our stock. So we didn't have to expend money producing cars, but we still have been selling a lot of cars. So this will change, it will not look that good. But in general, of course, we are doing pretty well. Credit score is also back at A again. And yeah, healthy company valuation, a lot of money in the banks. So from now on, it should be smooth sailing. We still try to increase our technology lead over the competition. Currently 102 million per month are spent in research. Loan repayments are down to 27 and also 90 million on marketing. I think we can do a little bit more in research and marketing. But let's first see how our financial situation stabilizes. For this episode, as you see, we will get the new Claris. This will be released very soon. We will also get the new Godwit releasing at the beginning of 2002. So we will also see that within this episode. And yeah, what else should we do? Maybe create a facelift of the Winley 2nd generation. Might be time to do that at some point. The Godwit II needs to be phased out. We need to take a look at that if it stops production when then the 3rd generation goes into production. And our main task for this time is the Avon, our SUV, will get a successor. And this is what we are gonna do right now. So this will be our body of choice. The SUV, it also has several pickup versions, but unfortunately not a van. So it is clear that the van version of the Avon will not be continued. We will unfortunately have to abandon it, but that will make the 1st generation Avon a lot more desirable in the long term for the classic car buyers, as it is so unique and such a unique product for the Might Motors company. The chassis is a pretend environmental saver. Partial aluminium panels, a monocoque, advanced high strength steel. I am not going for the light one because it just takes a lot longer, 17 months more to be engineered. Front engine is clear, I guess, double wishbone and also multi-link rear suspension. Not really heavy duty, but it only tries to be an off-road car, it's not really a utility vehicle. For the engine, maybe we'll replace the Avon engine. It's just from 1984. It should already be aluminium, and we'll just create a new variant and make it a real powerhouse. Oh, what a beauty this is. And that's the power curve so far. So in the beginning it had 500, now just with the technology advancements we're at 526, but we'll definitely get it to around 600. So I removed a bit of the surge stress and am now able to add a bit more boost, and easily we get to 600 horsepower while maintaining a nice flat torque curve from very low RPM. VVT would get us quite a nice boost up there. So yeah, I decided to go for 700 horsepower. Why not? We can easily do that. Let's try to design this. We will have a SUV version and we also will have a utility version. And there we have it. Again, it's pretty mighty. Ignore the wheels for now. I think it's quite scary when this one appears in your rearview mirror. Yeah, what's special about it, I would say it's mostly the wheel arches. These are custom. We did that for the first generation Avon, I think, just to make it a bit more muscular and to really show that it has got strength. Also, of course, the bull bar there in the front. Bit of body morphing here on the side just to give it a bit more tone. Else it is pretty standard, boxy for this kind of utility look. And yeah, quite happy with it. So let's move on and see what this really will be able to do stats-wise. Drivetrain, pretty expectable, all-wheel drive, advanced automatic, best diff that there is. Oh, but it's quite expensive, so maybe not this one. I don't know, but it's the best one. So I think for the upper level trim, we definitely go for this one. I still need to check which market we are targeting with this one, but yeah, $4,000 just for the limited slip diff is quite a lot. So for now I put it on all-terrain tires and see what it will actually need in the end. So yeah, target demographic definitely is a utility sport luxury for this one. We will see that we get one trim a little bit below that. Also maybe one more to offer a premium, utility premium maybe here. And I guess that's mostly it. I think we're gonna go into the more premium stuff because the rest is just really below that. But the market is definitely there for quite a nice price, and we will sell quite a few. So let's tune it. Top speed is not an issue. Should we limit it to some kind of speed? I think it would be alright to limit it to 250 maybe. It has 2.5 tons and Prestige is not suffering that much. So I will go for the limit here. And let's get a bit more utility out of this with very short gearing. 4.4 seconds 0 to 100 for 2.5 tons. I think that's quite alright. It's complaining about the power distribution. Okay, it would like to have it more towards the static weight distribution. I think here we're fine. We don't have any wheel spin 40-60. Personally, I would go more for 35-65 or something like that, but then it's a bit complaining. So here, all-terrain or utility. I think the all-terrain is a bit better because we have a wider spread to other markets, to the off-road stuff. Mags are not really worth it, I guess. Brakes. Definitely need more brakes. We already have a bit of brake fade, but I think it's acceptable. Do we want the off-road skid tray or not? It's only 3 points and quite a lot of weight, so I will not go with an under tray. It's also, yeah, it's not an off-road car, it's just pretending to be one, so I think it makes sense. Seats wise, we're fine here. 4 seats. Yeah, the family stuff would like to have 5, so maybe the non-ultimate version will get 5 seats. And here we also go for luxury sat-nav, which will also make it quite expensive, but also future-proof. But then I'll not invest quality. It needs some tech pull to unlock it, so I'm not gonna invest quality here. And here I just keep it. Oh, I also have advanced 2000s safety, and I think I can afford it. And here I go for a mix of drivability and comfort, which is fine also for the utility and off-road stats. Okay, I think this one is fairly much done. And it also wants to sell into the luxury market. And it's also much more expensive right now. Okay, the question is, will I be able to sell this for 55k, because it's really quite expensive to produce probably. We'll see. And then let's say this is the premium version. Question is, will this need a different engine as well? 700 horsepower. So maybe not exactly what we would like to have. Let's just make one Ute version, and this will also be our family version. And this is also a pretend Ute, just will get a small one. Okay, so where's our grill? There it is. All right. This is looking good. Yeah, family utility premium is a wagon. Yeah. So we need to look into the utility premium stuff here. And we will keep the 700 horsepower engine for that, because they need to pull stuff and transport stuff in this tiny bay here. But let's make this one more reasonable. Yeah, vicious LSD, make it a lot more cheap. This one will get the skid tray and also luxury interior only and premium sat nav only. And 5 seats, right? Or do we even want to make it 6? No, 5 is all right. The rest can stay the same. Also the active suspension, it works for this one. Yeah, it's looking quite feasible, I guess. Yeah, it's not a lot. We are definitely moving more into the premium direction compared to the previous Avon. But that's also more fitting to the brand. I just want to check now if we can produce enough to fill the factory and then maybe adjust a bit. But first let's try to do this again in 6 years, so 72 months, and that's quite easy to do. It's also not that expensive. Like this. The engine should be fairly quick because it's just an update. Like this. Avon V10 factory. I will not upgrade it because we are probably going to sell a lot less. Currently it's saying that we would need more factories for the engine, but I don't think we will produce that much. Oh, wow. Okay, the pricing is not correct. Let's get a bit of margin out of this. Yeah, that looks more like it, but still profits are excellent. So I will just tool it for around I will plan in the factory for around 1.5 shifts. Then also the engine should be all right. Yeah, let's say 1.7. All right, straightforward, I would say, and lots of profits for just 500 million of cost. So no loan, we pay that out of our own pockets. So let's sign it off. All right, another nice project planned. Release in 2005. So we said the Winley will need an update soon, but we'll do that once our income has a little bit settled and also once the Cleris is back online. So let's say around 2000 we'll head into updating the Winley. Cleris is fresh. Let's clear remaining stock of the bramble. But still we're selling crazy amounts. And also the Godwit is still in such high demand. And the factory is pretty much done, but we will also get a new Godwit very soon, so it's fine. And the Avon already is selling cars. It's pretty much insane. It's still 6 years away. And already people want it. Okay. Winley, we have still a bit of stock, which will help us during the facelift. Alright. And bramble is through the roof. It's insane how much money this earns for us. And the Clearers also contributes 70 million a month. Yeah, we are slowly finishing our pre-orders there. So the GT almost has no pre-orders anymore. And then we work on the sedan, which is the most selling one of this. Okay, so we're one more month and it's 2000. Let's hope the PC doesn't crash. Yes. It survived. Barely. It took a long time, this tick. So let's update the Winley very quick. And we'll also update the engine because it was a bit weak. I think 69 horsepower. And the direct injection will also make it more efficient. Unfortunately, I think we cannot get a lot more out of this without a few sacrifices. Yeah, it would need different headers to make power up there. And I don't know if I want to spend that money. I think I will just leave it at this 75. I mean, the update to direct injection already will cost quite a lot. But 5 gears in general help, so one more gear. A bit larger brakes in the front to reduce some of the brake fade. And I'll remove the under tray because 5.7 liters is good enough. Just make it a bit more efficient being produced. And then we have better entertainment options. But sat-nav is a bit too much. Premium CD or luxury CD. It should be probably premium. Okay. And it will get ESC. Because why not? And it's a nice boost. And we'll do similar things here. Engine is already replaced. 5 gears. 1 centimeter more brake. Premium CD. And ESC. And the same for the convertible. Oh, the convertible brakes are terrible. Okay. Ah, I didn't remove this under tray from the other car. "27 months. I think the engine will probably take longer, so let's start with this one. Yep. So I don't need to learn from this project, so let's just aim for 36 months. It is a bit longer than I hoped for. But this means we can make this one better. We will not upgrade the factory, of course, because it will take too long. Just tool it. And the same here for this factory. Will not upgrade it. And yeah, the prices. The good question. I need to check again. So far we had 10, 9, 10. And I think we will end up there as well. Yeah. Shifts are looking excellent. Yeah, maybe a bit more deposit here. I always forget to increase that. Because we want people to buy the old Winley as well. Yeah, we already have stock. So we should make it less interesting to deposit money for the new one. For just the facelift, it's quite expensive, especially when compared to the Avon project. But I think we can afford this. And then we see that we are making way too much money. So let's increase our research quite a bit and also our marketing, both to around 150 million. Yeah, so last time we said we want to increase our car tech because we already will end up at around level 6 here. So let's try to achieve at least the same here also for the car. Yeah, if I set it to level 6, we will end up exactly there at 150. So let's do that. And then think about our marketing. So, Gasmia. About half of our marketing is going into Gasmia. We'll increase it slightly. And we need to go into utility, I guess. Does not really cost a lot. Okay, we should end up at around 160 million now here for marketing, which is quite a lot. We burn the money, but we also still need to gain a lot of awareness. But it's also crazy to see in Gasmia we have an awareness of almost 100% here in the luxury markets. So we're doing good. Also investing more in my prestige and reputation marketing, which also will boost everything across the board. Economy is also in an excellent state right now. And I'm still collecting 50 million a month, so I think we're fine. And we're not able to sell what we would need to sell. So many pre-orders, and it's not going down. But maybe when the economy goes down again, then we will be able to reduce our pre-orders for the Claris. Let's get a bit more overview here. Avon, still a bit of stock, which is fine. And yeah, let's let it run a bit until we see the Godwit or something else drastically happens. Another year has passed. We have also passed the 2.5 million points. And everything is very stable. Except for our pre-orders of the Bramble, which are ever increasing. So do we want to do something against this? We could sell about 15% more. So because of the delay desirability penalty, because we have so many pre-orders in stock, people buy less of this car. But it's not that much that it would justify a new factory. And we also cannot update the old one because this would cause a lot of downtime. So let's just live with it. I think there could be more optimal ways to play it, but I'm fine with how it is right now. Okay, economy is going down, also our profits are going down. Oh god, the Godwit. Already at 10 months of pre-orders. 11 months. Each month we will get one more. That means we will not be able to meet the demand if already in the pre-ordering phase they buy 0.8 months of production per month. Alright, Godwit III is there. Taxman is happy, 200 million for him. And new Godwit is there as well. And we still have, God, what happened there? So the old Godwit is still being pre-ordered and not produced because I didn't pay attention there. Yeah, there are no factories producing its engine anymore. but we have moved to another car factory. And that's why it was not killed. So we could either put the old car into a new factory or just live with it and hope that we will survive this. I'll do a quick save and then post-production, yes, postcard trim, pre-orders, and then let's move it out of its factory. So the Godwit II is here. And then let's see what this does. There's only a minor bump here in our expenses, so I think it's fine. Oh, the old Avon has an issue for 63,000 cars, yes. Discovery chance is really high, so let's do a full recall. What else is going on? Yeah, the Godwit. Oh man, the Godwit is just too cheap. I'll change the price. Where else do we need to change the price? I think also for the Bramble. Yeah, Bramble needs a price increase, except for the Sport. We are slowly, at least somewhat, able to reduce the pre-orders here. So I think the Bramble should be on the right track from now on. The old Avon, because of our increased marketing, you see that we just sell more and more cars, more and more of the high margin cars, and then that's why we cannot keep up with production of the van. But that's alright, it will be discontinued anyway very soon. What's going on with the Claris? Yeah, we're just stuck there, so we can increase the price of the sedan here as well. The Godwit is just lost. And what we achieved is that it is not rising in pre-orders anymore. And the Avon will be a problem very soon as well. Let's wait just for the release of the new Winley, of the new facelift, and then end this episode while the economy is going down the drain. Higher factory refresh costs very good. Just 300 million gone. Okay, it's 2003. The new Winley is there. Still had a little bit of stock there. Let's see if we can keep up with production there. It's quite nice. We're reducing our pre-orders a little bit. Then let's get rid of the last few single cars sitting around here. And then we're prepared for the next episode. And next one, we'll see the release of the Avon II. And I'm scared, but we will work on the Bramble. I said earlier, it's always a bad idea to be so dependent on a single car, and you see who is getting the most of our profits. It's basically all of the other cars combined is just the Bramble. And it's time to update it, and hopefully we will not die. Of course, if we need money, we can reduce our research and marketing and everything, but still this will be a huge disruption again, especially if we don't want to build a completely new factory. If we could stay in the old factory, then we could continue producing the Bramble 3 and make the change a little bit smaller. But yeah, let's see, that's something for next episode. For now, thank you all for watching. We're 16 episodes into this campaign. It will end up probably around episode 20. Thanks for sticking around, and see you all again next time. Bye bye.